Congress is in and out this summer. They need vacation time, and no problem with that. But tomorrow they're coming back in the House, the Oversight Committee, hear testimony from Dr. Kevin O'Connor, and this is about the Biden mental and physical capacity. There's O'Connor and Biden. Okay, you'll remember that Dr. O'Connor said Biden was absolutely perfect health, both mentally and physically. Well, now the Oversight Committee wants to put him under oath, private session, closed door, deposition, no, under oath. And O'Connor does not want to do it. So he asked for a delay. We understand he is not going to get the delay, that he'll have to go in. He doesn't show up, that's contempt. He'll be subpoenaed. But a lot of things happening on this Oversight Committee. So joining us now from Arlington, Virginia is James Lynch. He's a reporter for the National Review. You're following this closer than I am. The Oversight Committee obviously wants to prove, the Republicans want to prove, that Biden was mentally deficient. Am I right there?
Yeah, the Oversight Committee is trying to get to the bottom of the cover-up related to Biden's mental decline, and they're looking into the possibility that Biden officials used the presidential Autopen to sign documents without his authorization.
Do you believe there was a cover-up? And if so, what is the evidence you point to?
Yeah, I think it's pretty apparent at this point that there was a cover-up. The investigation is more looking into the extent to which it was covered up. I think there's plenty of public evidence that there's a cover-up. You know, people like you, people like myself saw for years that Biden was struggling. He was slowing down. He was making mistakes all the time. He was forgetting things. We saw that in his public appearances and in his speeches. And then we had the Hur report. Special counsel Robert Hur investigated Biden's handling of classified documents. And as part of that investigation, Hur interviewed Biden for several hours over the course of 2 days. And what Hur concluded was that Biden's memory was failing and that he was forgetting, even basic and important things.
Why hasn't that report been made public? Why haven't we seen that report?
The report is public. You can get it on the Justice Department's website. And the Trump administration also released audio from Hur's interview with Biden.
I did not know that. So all you got to do is go to the Justice Department website, and the full Hur report is there to be read.
Yeah, you can find the Hur report. And also now you can listen to the audio. The Trump administration released it after the Biden administration did everything it could not to. So you can listen to the audio of Biden stuttering and forgetting things.
Where is that? How do you get it?
Yeah, it should be. You can check Axios on YouTube. They have the audio.
Axios on YouTube. Okay. All right. So at this point, I think you're right that every Republican on the Oversight Committee believes there was a cover-up, and every Democrat wants to cover up the cover-up. Would that be accurate? They don't want this out.
Yeah, I think Democrats just don't want to talk about this anymore because it implicates their entire party. We had every Democrat coming to Biden's defense after Robert Hur's report came out saying that, look, he's the most fit he's ever been. He's fit to be president. Right. We don't see anything wrong with him. These are just cheap fakes. So they just want to pretend like this never happened and move on.
I think that's a good assessment. I think that's a good assessment. Now let's go inside the Oversight Committee. What do they're spending taxpayer money, okay? Most Americans agree with you and me that Biden was diminished. I think every poll shows that. So why are we even going through this exercise? What is the point? Is it just further embarrassment for the Democrats and Biden?
Yeah, I think the point is to find out who is actually making decisions during Biden's presidency, especially towards the end. We know that there's a book called Original Sin that came out, and we know that people inside the White House thought that Biden was at best a senior member of the board of people who were running the country. There's a Politburo of senior officials who had unprecedented amounts of power for people who were not elected, who were not president. And so the investigation is really about just how much they covered up Biden's mental incapacity, how they worked with the media to cover it up, and then what decisions were made that Biden might not have known about.
Now, the only guy that I see in legal jeopardy is the doctor, O'Connor. Because if he lied to the American people about the state of Joe Biden's health, that's a crime. That's fraud.
Yeah, I think O'Connor's perhaps the most important witness for the whole investigation. And he's supposed to be interviewed tomorrow. That is still expected to happen. But what O'Connor knows more than anybody else is, just how Biden's health was behind the scenes. He released a physical in 2024 saying that, Biden's completely healthy and totally up for the job. And then we find out a couple months ago that Biden has an aggressive form of prostate cancer. And so O'Connor, really better than anybody else, would know what Biden's health was looking like and what the White House was doing to give people the impression that Biden was actually okay and that he was fit to serve.
But O'Connor's got jeopardy here. He himself is in trouble if he falsified his medical reports about the president of the United States. So I expect a lot of evasion, maybe a Fifth Amendment. O'Connor's going to have lawyers there with him, but he's not going to throw anybody under the bus. He's just going to try to evade. That's what I expect to happen.
Yeah, and he's already been trying to evade. I think, Bill, you alluded to the fact that he was trying to get the interview delayed.
Right.
His lawyer has been making claims about patient privilege and being able to, not discuss certain things because of that. And, the Oversight Committee has rejected what O'Connor has been trying to do.
Well, I mean, tomorrow we'll cover it full born. Final question, the Autopen. So I don't know. I don't know what Biden, if he was sitting at a desk, I don't know why he couldn't sign the documents himself. I don't know. But if he didn't sign the obviously he didn't because he used the Autopen. But if he didn't know what the document said and somebody else signed them with an Autopen, that opens up another criminal investigation, does it not?
Yeah, that's a whole nother can of worms if they have evidence that Biden didn't know what was going on and wasn't playing any role in signing those documents, especially towards the end of his presidency when he was even more diminished than he was.
Yeah. It's a mess. All right, James, if you get anything, let us know, please. We appreciate your time very much. And as we said, we will follow up on this for the rest of the week. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on X. Look for @Bill O'Reilly.